Radio Raheem with Darth Vader, Demetrius Andrade. Okay, I gotta admit, I went through the whole press conference. We get set up for this interview, and I'm like, why would you? And I'm like, oh. How are you going to make this true 2 days from now in the main stage in Miami Beach?
By giving him an old-fashioned ass whooping back in the days. Didn't I tell you not to touch the remote control to the TV? Now it's gone. You don't listen. It's going to be one of those.
Now, we know Luke Keeler. He's a proud Irishman. They have a style of fighting that is gritty. There's not a lot of bells and whistles to it. He's challenged you to fight him in the middle of the ring. That's not surprising. Do you have any desire to fight that style of fight for him or anyone else for that matter?
I mean, I fight in the middle of the ring most of the time. I'm the one in control. I control the ring at all times. And at the end of the day, if that fight happens to present itself at the moment, I want to get in there and get him up out of there, or you do what I need to do, then I'm going to be in there. I'm never scared of a scrap. I'm always a scrapper.
Because as you know...
But I'm not in it to hit me, hit you, hit me, hit you, hit me, hit you. Nah, people don't get, longevity out the sport. And he already seems like he got 4 cuts on each eye. So, yeah.
Well, the most famous boxer alive, and by far the most profitable boxing career that we've ever seen, is Floyd Mayweather. He's definitely a student of that school, hit, not be hit, and all those things. But still, the knock on fighters such as yourself that are very technical and crafty is, well, he's not exciting. He can't make the big money, can't make the big fights, and nobody wants to see that. What's your argument against that?
I don't know. I mean, I thought Selecki was exciting. I thought all my fights was exciting. I gave you different, looks each and every time, and I'm going to give you another look. That's in my arsenal come Thursday night. So, I mean, people like watching me. Regardless what anybody says, people like watching me. So,
we were late in the year last year, being that's 2020 now, and we talked about the prospect of you getting unification opportunities, like to get these guys in the ring. We saw Canelo jump weight divisions. I don't think you were ever really a consideration for him. You know how difficult it is to get other champions to face you.
I mean, all I know, if I had the opportunity or the chance to become undisputed world champion, do I let that go to go fight Kovalev to be 4 divisional champion? I mean, I wouldn't. I would go and be undisputed champion, middleweight.
But with that said, these guys do move weight divisions. There may be opportunities for you in other divisions if you chase it. Have you considered 68 or going that route of like, okay, well, they won't come to me. I will go challenge them on a playing field that they may think they have a greater advantage?
Yeah, I mean, that's why I moved up to 160 in the first place. I mean, I just did that. I moved up to 160 to fight Billy Joe. He did the dirty thing, and I was willing to, bring it back and make it happen. And he went up to 168, and I was going to defend the title that he once had. And I'm also saying I will go up to 168 to fight him.
In 2020, like you say, you're willing to go up to 168, you're making make all these moves. What do you think of these guys? Like, you talked about what you would do. You're a champion. Clearly, you've made a decision as to what you will do because you're doing it. What do you make of guys that are your peers and your fellow champions making these moves and pretty much avoiding the unification opportunity?
I mean, if Luke Keeler had the belt, if he just was a champion, and I'm not saying like if I wasn't, just he was, I guarantee you, Canelo would have probably fought him for that belt and became undisputed champion. But at the end of the day, they know that I come with a great deal of risk. But besides all that, when you think about it, and it comes down to it, who cares if you lose against Demetrius Andrade, if you're Canelo, if you're Triple G? You just lost against one of the greatest fighters out there. Does your credibility go down? Does your fan base disappear? Do you not fight no more? Or anyway, win, lose, or draw. Win, lose, or draw. We're still going to be able to make our career and be that guy. Who cares if somebody loses or not? it all comes down to manning up, going in there, putting it on the line, and see who is the better man. And if whoever, does lose, but there is no lose in that situation, it's a win-win. They will, if they're that good, they will move forward and continue and beat everybody else, and then you're clashing again. So, I mean, it's a win-win for everybody. I don't know where this high risk, low reward, or this bullshit comes from nowadays. At the end of the day, when you put me in a ring with Golovkin, Triple G, win, lose, or draw, with any of them, it's just one of them fights. You're fighting the elite guy. It's the Marvin Hagler versus the Sugar Ray Leonard. Who cares who loses? In the sense of my record. Nah, two men put their career, put their self on the line to see who really the best is, and then we got our answer.
You keep putting Triple G in that mix. He deserves to be in that mix because of the class of fighter he is, but he's not a belt holder anymore. Does that matter to you, or do you want to fight Triple G because he's Triple G?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I'm not chasing only people that have a belt. I'm chasing people that it's somebody. It's popular. Unfortunately, I can't name. There's tough guys like Luke Keeler. He's a tough motherfucker. He's tough. But are you guys gonna know him if I say Luke Keeler? No, he's not a champion, but he's a tough guy. Devchenko. He's not a champion, but he's a tough guy. Yeah, I will take that fight. He's an elite guy. There's elite guys out there that will make beautiful fights, and also for the sport of boxing to help it out. Win, lose, or draw, you fought an elite guy.
Jamal Charlo.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's the same. At the end of the day, they say that their own promoters, they could do what they want to do. Then come on over here and fight. I don't understand what the problem is. Or give me the offer to go over there to fight. What type of offer is Showtime willing to give me to go over there and fight Jamal Charlo?
So that is a consideration for you, because against who loses their
Either one of them. Jamal Charlo, the younger one, the bigger one. Laura, he can get it. He used to talk shit. There's Jarrett Hurd that's going to end up, I think, coming up to 160s. I mean, there's a bunch of guys in the mix, but at that point, if we're going to target them guys, we might as well target the whole Showtime fighters.
Have you had that conversation with Eddie Hearn that, hey, listen, I'm willing to fight off the DAZN platform. Give me that fight with Charlo. If we can't make Triple G, we can't make Canelo, I'll go what they call across the street.
Yeah, I mean, he made the offer because he's willing to do that. It's already something that, we're willing to do. But I'm not willing to go like I did. I did my 4-fight extension with Matchroom, because if Showtime sends me the deal, I can go over there and fight and then come back to the zone, And the same way for them. Eddie Hearn said that he's willing to pay, and if they want to stay, they can stay.
There's been dispute as to whether that offer was ever actually made. They claim it wasn't the case, and
I don't know. But even if it's not, are they saying they want to take? Will they take the fight?
To your knowledge, since you're the fighter that's making the offer through your promoter, what is the offer out there to Charlo?
I mean, listen, if they want to fight, is either way. If first we got to say, yes, I'm willing to do it. If they're willing to do it, we can figure out which way we're going to go with it.
But do you know what the numbers are?
Numbers change every single time. So, whatever it is that everybody agrees on. And, when we come to that term, we come to that term. Eddie said he offered $7 million at first. It might be more later on. I'm not sure. Or it might be less. But $7 million is a lot of money. I don't care who you are.
The reason I ask this question is because I want the fight made as much as everybody else.
Mike Garcia is coming over here for $7 million.
That's true. But so, to your best of your knowledge, you're confirming that $7 million was offered to Charlo to fight you on one of these two platforms.
My knowledge is what your knowledge is about it, and if Eddie Hearn said he did that, then that's what he did.
And lastly, on this point, of these three fights that we talked about, I mean, the top ones, Triple G, Canelo, Charlo, who poses the greatest challenge to you? I know you feel like you're the best middleweight, but who's the guy that makes you better or makes you reach that highest level of your potential to win?
I mean, I'm not going to know until we get in there. At the end of the day, Triple G, Canelo, Charlo, we're not going to know who is the toughest style or the toughest opponent until we get in there. Everybody's a little different. Fight style. Canelo might be the easiest for me. Triple G might be the hardest. People think Canelo might be the hardest. I don't know why, but I won't know until I get in there with them guys. And that's all I can keep doing is saying, let's make it happen. Let's figure this thing out. I'm going to keep doing my job, and that's winning, putting on the shows I need to put on to, you know, let everybody know, like, if you keep beating guys, I keep beating guys, eventually we're going to have to fight each other.
Have you ever considered calling these guys personally? Some fights get made like that. Just we put everybody else out the room, and the two fighters are like, yo, we need to get this done. How can, like, work it out?
Yeah, I don't think they'll let me get close to Canelo. They probably got a big-ass picture in the back when they talk to security, like, don't let this guy in at all. No. Understando? Okay, no problemo.
Well, I'm glad that you let me in. It's always a pleasure to talk to you, Demetrius. Radio Raheem with Darth Demetrius Andrade this Thursday in Miami Beach against Luke Keeler. Good luck this Thursday night.